Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLG Meetup. Your host Alvaro to bring you another exciting and successful guest within the luxury space. Today is going to be about luxury cars, and that's why we're going to have a good friend of mine, the one and only Liram Sustiel. He's the founder and CEO of mphclub, a luxury rental car company here in Miami, where they have some of the most extraordinary cars. And I gotta tell you, the story of this guy is unbelievable, and the way that have been growing over the years. So excited to have him here with us today and to learn all about that fascinating industry.
There you go. The
What's
man
up?
himself. How are you, Lee?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Good. Amazing.
Been a minute.
You're the definition of speed, brother. I see you running, always in a luxury car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. How's everything?
Everything's great, brother. Man, I finished my half a marathon this past weekend, and you have some experience yourself, so you know how that feels.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've been following your journey, and it's fun to witness what you're doing. So that's cool. And then within your business, your fleet of luxury cars keep on expanding. The way that you're building the business, it's very, very exciting. It's not just renting a car. You're building a community. It's all about the memberships and how can you experience luxury cars to ways that nobody else has been experiencing them. So, I mean, I'm going to ask you the obvious question, but what's your favorite car right now in your collection?
That's a good question to phrase it that way, right now. Every
Yeah.
month, my favorite car changes. Right now, my favorite car is the G63 4x4. It's like a mini monster truck. It's such a fun car to drive. Bro, it's a $500,000 G-Wagon. So you could just imagine the accessories that this car has. It's insane. I love it.
So, look, before we get into what inspired you to start MPH Club and the story behind, because I think it's really cool. I even went to see you and you've been developing it ever since. But how do you keep up to the latest trends or the latest demands of the clientele, the most exotic cars?
Well, obviously, it starts with the passion. I'm very passionate about these cars, and I know where the direction will go. I educate myself very well on all the inventory. So if there's a new car coming out, I know this car is going to be very popular compared to this car. It's not going to be very popular. So I could kind of tell the future on which inventory will move, which one will make profit, which one will actually not depreciate, and which cars are going to be so popular. So we make sure in advance we order those cars years in advance. Like right now, I ordered two of the Ferrari Persangues, the SUVs. I'm probably
Hmm.
butchering the name,
Wow.
but yeah, I ordered two of them because I know those cars are going to be so popular when they come into town. I'm probably going to get my first one in like a year from now, and I ordered it over a year and a half ago. So you have to see the future a little bit, right?
No, 100%. And I love that because here in Miami, I mean, it's not about the flashy, but to certain degrees, the Instagrammable thing. It's about having a good experience because you work a lot with celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, all sorts of people, but every time I see you, it's like these A-listers or big celebrities coming into town, they go directly to MPH Club. So how do you fulfill the demands beyond just the car itself?
How do I fulfill the demand?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, we have a very tight schedule. We are a luxury car rental company, and we provide amazing customer service, right? That's our goal here. We always make sure the client's extremely happy. We deliver cars straight to your front door. So, a
Ah.
majority of our clients expect delivery like to the airport. They come in town and they need the car at the airport. So, we make sure we ask the right questions. What's your flight information? We track their flight. We make sure that we're not late. I rather us wait for the client than the other way around. We make sure that we always show up on time. The cars are always detailed. The cars have come with a full tank of gas. We look for the little final details that the clients appreciate. It sucks if you get a car at the airport and you have no fuel. Now you got to go straight to the gas station. That's the last thing you want to do when you get off a flight.
Mm-hmm.
You want to jump in the car and you want to drive and enjoy the experience.
I've seen the fun videos of Logan and Jake Paul arriving on the private jet. You already have the cars in there. It's
Yeah.
like also with Floyd Mayweather, with like all these big A-listers. I love it. So you know how to make that wow factor because it's not the same thing to land somewhere and just like be waiting there versus having the entire team, the luxury cars, all the bling
Yep.
bling. it's fun, man. You
Yeah,
know how
so
to do it.
it's so funny. Like Dan Bilzerian called me like a year ago and said, "Hey, bro, I'm coming to town. I have an event. I want an Aventador." So I'm like, "Sure." I got three different colors to pick from, and he goes, I don't know which one, man. I don't know." I'm like, "You know what? Let me make it easy for you. I'll bring all three, and you can pick." And he's like, "All right, I love you, bro." So I brought
That's
all three
amazing.
Aventadors, and he loved it. It's crazy.
So talking about Devil's Area and all these other names, what's the craziest story, if you can share it, that
Yeah.
has ever happened with one of these clients?
So there's a lot of amazing stories. I built a lot of good friendships with these people, and the ones that I'm allowed to share, right? So Dan Bilzerian is really cool. He was our first celebrity, and I met him before he reached 1 million followers on Instagram.
Mm.
So he was just this cool guy on Instagram, blowing up cars, shooting guns, hanging out with beautiful women and a private airplane, driving cars, and really cool guy. And I didn't know too much about him. And that was my first time meeting him. And this is where Instagram was starting to pop off. We're talking about 10 years ago, man.
Oh, wow.
Long time ago. So
Yeah,
Instagram was not, there was no blue
nothing.
checks. We're nothing, right? So when we spoke and we connected, we had maybe like 20,000 followers on Instagram. This is the first year we're in business. This is a long time ago. And he didn't even have 1 million followers. He had like 700,000 followers at the time. And I took a big risk. I said, you know what? If this guy somehow gives us a shout out, we could grow our following. I think there's something here. This is the beginning of Instagram. So I made a little relationship. I was texting him back and forth. We were talking for a while. I was trying to accommodate him with what he needed. He wanted a Rolls-Royce Ghost and he wanted a G-Wagon. So I had both of them available. This is very short notice. We were talking in the morning. He landed at night. So I brought the two cars to the airport, staged them for him. He landed, jumped in the cars. I met him, shook his hand. It was so quick. He jumped in the cars and left. I'm
Wow.
like, fuck, I don't have his number. I don't have no way to communicate with him. I could just DM him. That's the only way to communicate with him. Bro, this guy took almost $500,000 of my cars, and I don't have a way to communicate with him. So I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. This was Friday night. He finally DMs me on Sunday, says, "Hey, I'm on the way to the airport." I'm like, fuck. So he's leaving town. So I quickly rush. I go to the airport. I wait for him. I show up 5 minutes before he does. He parks the cars right next to the airplane. He takes his cell phone. He hands it to me. He goes, "Here, take a picture." I take his cell phone. I take a picture of him next to the cars, next to the airplane. I give him his phone. He goes, "What's your Instagram?" He puts it right there. Boom, boom, boom. Tag mphclub. Post. "Nice, brother. Peace out. See you later." And leaves. I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. So that was my form of payment because I gave him a free car in exchange for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And he left. I'm like, great, we finally got it. I still don't have his number. And I went to my office and my phone was blowing
No
up.
way.
And in 24 hours, we reached 100,000 followers.
No.
We went from 20,000 followers to 120,000 followers in 24 hours in one day. This guy's got so much power, bro. The next day, my phone blew up. News stations, articles. It was viral. We had so many clients coming in for a whole week. Crazy amount of clients. They wanted to rent the same car that Dan Bilzerian drove. It was insane.
That's wild.
I tasted the value of Instagram and the social media power then, and I said, you know what? I want to focus on this, and there's something here. So I really reached out to every single celebrity I can, and I try to do this with so many celebrities, and it really helped out my business a lot. He was my first one, and today I thank him every single time I see him. He's an amazing person. I have nothing bad to say about him. Really cool guy, and he helped my business succeed at the beginning when I first started out.
Wow, what a crazy story. And I love it. You know, you took a bet on this guy that you didn't even know about. And all of a sudden, the power of collaboration, that social currency, turned out becoming one of your biggest assets.
Yep.
And I love that story.
Yep.
I recently saw you doing this amazing event / experience where Jason Derulo was also being part of it. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was a really fun experience. So we did a rally, right? We had 100 exotic cars pull up to the rally. It's a 2-day event. So for 48 hours, there's a bunch of things, cool things going on. We started at Fontainebleau Hotel. We rented the penthouse. We had 100 exotic cars show up. Almost like 250 people showed up to the event. So everybody showed up. Jason Derulo came to say what's up. It was really cool. He's such a nice guy. And a lot of people came, we networked, we got to know each other, and we used that opportunity at the penthouse to network and also decal all the cars. So we put stickers on all the cars, we numbered them, we put all the sponsored logos, we made it really cool looking. And that was Friday nights. We had a little bit to eat, a little bit of drinks, everybody networked, got to know each other. And then we started on Saturday morning, really early in the morning. We started here at MPH Club. We got together and we had a little breakfast. And then we drove together from here all the way to Okeechobee. Now, I hired 8 state trooper police officers to come with us. They cleared the way. We went through red lights. I felt like the president. It was a really cool experience. There was no laws abide to us. We were just flying by on all the red lights. It was so cool. And we stuck together. We even had a helicopter follow us the whole way, taking pictures, videos. It was really, really cool. We created a bunch of cool content. We drove to Okeechobee, which is like a 2-hour drive. And when we got there, we experienced a really cool experience at the gun range. We shot guns. We blew up a car. I've shot so many guns that I've never touched before in my life. It was a really, really cool experience. People were coming to me and telling me that they never shot a gun before. And this is just insane.
Wow.
So I spoiled a lot of people's experience, and they had a good time. After we shot the guns, we rented a very big boat in Miami, and we went to the Seafair in Miami Beach. We rented a 220-foot yacht to fit everybody. So we all went to the beach, parked the cars on Bayfront Park, jumped on the boat. We had a really cool experience. We partied a night away. It was a really, really fun experience.
What's next, man? I mean, I know you're going to do the other rally. You're bringing more incredible cars. I know your mind is always working on something. So what's next?
Yeah, my goal for a while is to expand in PH Club and provide this service in other states. I am looking to expand, and I have my eyes on a couple of the cities and states in America. So that's my goal the next couple of years. I want to be able to build more locations and continue doing the rally, because the rally was very, very fun and also very good for the company. We made a lot of new friends, a lot of new clients, and I'm very happy about it. So I want to continue doing the rally every year, and I want to continue expanding MPH coming to other states.
Amazing. So tell me one of the, I guess, most difficult scenarios that you faced through this career and what you learned from it, because not everybody's as amazing as it always sounds. I know you've gone through a lot of hurdles. So what is one of those lessons that you learned through the process?
Yeah, I've been through a lot of hurdles, bro. When I first started, it was, I never owned a car rental company before in my life. I never worked for a car rental company before. So I had no idea. And when I first started, I learned the hard way on a lot of things, unfortunately. This is not financial advice, so I don't recommend you do the same. But when I first started, the insurance department in my business was very complicated for me. It was very hard to learn it and to make sure that I was protected and safe. And it took me a couple of years, a couple of mistakes, but I learned the hard way, the expensive route. And now that I'm corrected in the insurance department, I can sleep at night. I have no concerns. I have no problem. But that was the hardest thing for me. When a client had an accident, or if it got stolen or anything of that nature, those are scary things. And at the beginning of the company, I couldn't afford them. I couldn't afford it for a $500,000 car has something happens to it. So it was very, very scary and dangerous in the beginning, but I learned the hard way, and that's something I don't recommend for anybody to do. Do a little research, because I didn't. I just jumped into it and said, I'll figure it out. How hard could this be? But it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard.
Well, listen, one more question, because we always ask this to our guests. What is luxury to you?
Luxury for me is freedom. Freedom and putting a smile on your face and enjoying it. So if your luxury to you is going on a vacation or driving a nice luxury car, or staying at home and not doing nothing, whatever your luxury is happiness, is freedom, and that's my luxury.
I love it. The freedom of driving the most amazing cars towards a shooting range to blow things up. Oh, man, you're wild. I love it. Well, I look forward to getting together soon. Congrats on what you're doing. Count me in for the next rally, and keep on crushing it, brother. We need to go for a run as
I'm
well.
down, bro. Let's make it happen. I'm trying to set up for the next marathon next year.
I like it. I like it. All right. Focus in the goal, right? Plan A. That's it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we'll see each other soon.
Thanks, brother. Good seeing you, man.